Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Creative Concept Crafts with this week's great release, and it's a new home stair card. Doesn't this look great with the stairs going down the side at the back of the house? As always, I've got the card, the base card, plus envelope box and box to match. There's several ways we can put this together, and I'll talk you through it as we're going on with the video. So there's another version of this one, and if you look out on the video, it's the turquoisey green version, which doesn't have the decorative mats. Okay, so what do we need for this particular card? So when you're cutting out, I've put the separate colours on the same mat. So on the base mat, this is your base card, which I've gone round all the edges on the scoreboard. You might just about be able to see that beveled edge on the black, but if not, I'll show you on another colour. So I found that the best way to fold this one is just to turn it on its side and just push up the first crease line. And then you'll be able to get to the second one. Once you've done that, make sure that all the score lines are burnished down. I turn over and do both sides. Try and get as much spring out of that base card as you possibly can. Okay, so that's ready to go. And to go with this, we have options here. There's actually 2 mats plus a decor mat. Okay, on the sort of greeny turquoisey card, I've just used the 2 mats and then added the little decor elements on top afterwards. I wanted to just take it a stage further. That was the prototype. I wanted to take it a stage further, so I've added the little decorative mat, which is a little bit like wrought iron fencing for me. That's what it reminded me of. So it's up to you whether you add this one or not. I rather like it. And you know me, I'm a bling girl, so... And these are the pieces for the house. Like I said, all the black pieces for the house will be on with the base card. The grey pieces for the house will be on with the stepper pieces. So the black base of the text is also on the black base mat. So I've tried to keep them all together, so when you're cutting, you've got everything cut in one. So there's 3 parts to the house, and there's 2 roof elements. And if you just look at the grey, I've just run that through an embossing folder, not on the Scan and Cut, I hasten to add. It was a little cheapie that I picked up on AliExpress, and I think they described it as mermaid scales or something similar. So it was just a couple of euros, I think, and I really love what it's done. Now, I don't know if you can see the beveled edge there that I run round on the scoreboard. I've done it to all the house pieces, I've done it to all the mat pieces and to the base card. I kind of like the finish that you get on when you do a die cut. You get a nice folded edge, and this is my version of trying to get that with the Scan and Cut. So I've just got to add the home to the base. I've already pre-glued that, and then all the little decorative elements, the little heart with the doves, the little window piece and the little keys will all be cut out with the decor pieces. So again, I'm keeping colour with colour. So if you go with the colours that I've got, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 colours in total. So I've called it the base, mat 1, mat 2 and mat 3 decor. So you should know where you are when you're cutting out. Okay, so we're a little bit of matting and layering to do here. So I'm just speeding up the video. I'm just adding the pieces to the stepper first. And as you've got the beveled edge to follow, you always get nice straight matte layers. You're never going to get them skew. So again, just whizzing along just to complete these base pieces. So I'm adding that to the base card now. And again, you've got the beveled edge to follow to make sure everything's nice and evenly spaced. And again, I will flip this over and burnish in place. I'm just using ordinary PVA glue here because everything's just ordinary cardstock that I'm adding. So that's the top half of the card done. And I think you can possibly see the beveled edge along the black and the grey and the white. And now we're going to repeat for the same pieces for the other side of the card. So there's the second piece going into place. And that is the base card completed at this stage. So if you were wanting it for any other occasion, be it a birthday, be it an anniversary, a wedding, I think the hearts and what is on there is actually very appropriate for quite a number of occasions. Or even if you leave the hearts off, you could do it for the guys and just add something, a topper of some description for the lads, whether it's golf, a golf image, or a sports image, or a TV computer image, or something like that. So I find that it's a great card for many, many occasions, and not just for the home. It's just that I needed a card for my daughter. She's just vacated. She's just left us after 27 years to go and move into a little apartment with her boyfriend. So I just wanted to do something to give to her. And this is what I came up with, and hence the green one, the greeny turquoisey one, is the one that I did for her. So I've just added foam tape to the back of this, and I'm just going to add it to the top right hand corner there. If you were wanting to personalise it and add names, I actually added them below that text on the green card. If you have a look, you'll be able to see where I put the names. So again, easily personalised. And now we're coming to the house. So there's three main parts for the house. I'm going to actually add foam tape to these, and I don't know if you've seen me using foam tape before. If you're wanting to put this into an envelope box, by the way, I would say you just glue direct. The foam tape, it's quite thick because there's sort of 5 layers. And I find you need that extra depth in the box. Okay, so flat, just laid down flat, just glued down one layer on top of the other is fine for the envelope box. So I use greaseproof paper, parchment paper, whatever you've got in your kitchen basically, and I just lay my double-sided foam tape onto it. From there I can cut it whatever width, whatever length, and it's so quick and easy, and it stops your scissors getting really gunked up. I know they're easily cleaned with a baby wipe, but it does help to stop them getting gunked up. So I've added foam tape now to the back of all of these pieces, and spot the deliberate mistake. Here I've added the foam tape to the wrong side of the piece. So I had to take it off and turn it over. You'll see it in a minute. Excuse the bits of glue, but I did get them off. You see the roof is at the wrong side? Like, that stopped right there. So I'm just scooting past this bit where I was pulling all the bits off. All needs to be removed. And we can put it on the correct side. As there's layers, it will actually cover most of it up, but I did remove the majority of it and just rubbed it and it all came off again. So there we go. There's some foam still on there, but I assure you, get rid of it before I went any further. Kept removing bits as I was going. Moral of the story, make sure you get them all the right way up before you start putting the tape on. But hey ho, we all do it. So now I'm just adding the 2 roof pieces together before adding it to the roof. And I've actually added some glitter to the scallops on the roof piece. I didn't actually do it on the video, but I just saw it and I thought, I want to add glitter to that, so I did. So if you look in the photographs, you'll see how it looks with the glitter on. One of the pieces, this one will have the glitter on, the other one I've left without. So you can see a comparison of the two. So I've added a little window piece, and you'll find that there's a little bit of black to the inside of it, so it looks like you've got a sill inside of your window. Okay, so can you see the little black sill all the way around? And we'll finish this off. I'm going to add a couple of little beads to the door on both sides, so it looks like I've got little doorknobs. So I'm just hot gluing. Even though these are sticky beads, I do still like to add a little bit of hot glue. I find that the sticky unstickies in time, so I just add a little tiny pop of hot glue. So I'm now going to try and match that up on the other side as I'm adding. I use my pokey tool to hold it in place, so the number of times I've burnt my fingers with hot glue and beads is unreal. Okay, so that's now ready to add to our card. Isn't that sweet? Like I said, you don't have to add the foam tape. But I just like the dimension and I like the finish. So I'm just putting that to the edge of the card on the left and across the bottom. And we just have our last few little bits to add to that now. We have our keys and we have the little heart. So what I've done here, I've just got a jump ring. I used to do jewellery, so I've all loads of little bits of things hanging about the house. So I'm just opening up a jump ring here, and I'm going to add the 3 keys onto the jump ring. And then I'm just going to add the heart as well. Add the heart before you try and add the back, because otherwise you won't be able to get the back on. You won't be able to get the jump ring through because the backer will be in the way. But this way you can do it and then glue it on afterwards. So closing up the jump ring. And then we can now just glue the back of the heart to the backer. Now you can either add foam tape to the backer, the base mat, or you can, as I did, just add a little bit of hot glue. The glue gun's on, so I've just added a little bit of hot glue and I'm just going to drop it in. You can either put it at the top left above the house, or in this particular one, I'm going to add it to the bottom below the text. I'm just trying to get all those pieces sort of straightened out a little bit so we can have it. I'm going to put it down there, but you could also pop it up at the top there. Just love the way that you get the keys dangling. And the little heart and the doves, to me, is a symbol of peace in a new home. And I thought it rather appropriate. So I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back before adding it to the card. And I hope you like this one. I think it's appropriate for many occasions. Don't just think of it as being for a new home. So there is our completed card. Like I said, we have a box and envelope box to match as always. Until the next time, bye for now.